Today we will be looking at the Arkology variants by putting them side by side with their vanilla counterparts. We will specifically be looking at Carnivores of the island, as the mod has so many variants that it would be way too long to cover in one video. The alpha creatures will have their own video as well. Sit back, grab a drink, and let's get started. First up is the Dilo. I have given both variants the same colors on the same region. Arkology Dilo seems to have less colors than its vanilla counterpart. Vanilla Dilo looks like an art splash, while the Arkology one looks contained, clean, and natural. Arkology Dilo's spine hairs are definitely fewer than the vanilla one, and it shares colors with the Dilo's back coloring. We have two main colors that separate the body into two halves, which I like a lot. It's neat. The fur shares colors with the top half, hair spike, which make it pop. Also, Vanilla Dilo has this random accent on the legs and spine that feels off. Lastly, the Arkology Dilo has a nice flame patterning, which the Vanilla Dilo only has on the leg. Next up, we have the Good Boy. Both these creatures have different color regions, but I tried making them similar colors. The Arkology dog has a cool pattern on the leg that reminds me of a husky. It is darker, allowing the color to blend together much nicer than the vanilla dog. Arkology has a line running from the fur to the nose and a zebra-ish pattern on its body connecting together. Vanilla dogs have small dots and spots. The more I look at it, the more I enjoy the Arkology variant. I like the pattern, simple blend, and dark tone of it. Everybody's favorite early game creature is next. Again, same colors, same regions, with Arkology having one more region than the vanilla one. The way the Arkology's colors are blended in together is so much cleaner and nicer to look at than the vanilla one. You can even see where the different blends are on the Arkology Raptor. There are no messy splashes of color on its face and body like the vanilla one. The pattern on its tail, body and head is minimal while also adding depth to the creature. I really love the clean look of the Raptor. Model Chicken's little brother is next. Like the Hyaenodon, there are minimalistic changes. The neck of the Arkology tailbone looks like actual skin that blends well with the head and feather, while the vanilla build has skeleton neck with this weird blue accent. I never really looked at the tailbone before, so now seeing it next to the Arkology one makes it look off. Around the eye of the vanilla build, it has the skeleton skull that the Arkology does not have. Opting to make the eye fleshy really gives it a much more realistic style. The skull of the Arkology build does have this nice texturing, which I really like. The legs also have the same texture. Next up is the best caving mount, Thyla. Tiger. Nothing more to say. The stripes on the Arkology Thyla contrasts so well with the rest of the color regions. The colors on the Arkology Thyla are even darker than the vanilla ones. Its nose is a part of the face and not a different region like the vanilla Thyla. It's a muzzle-clucking tiger. Who doesn't love that? The Eagle of the Skies has made its appointment. The Arkology Argent has fewer color regions than the vanilla one, plus the color regions are totally different, so I tried to match colors rather than regions. The Arkology Argent looks more like an eagle with those darker colors than the vanilla one. Vanilla Argent has tips on the feathers of the wings, which Arkology does not have. Arkology also does not have a gradient on the wings or bump. It however has a color region at the beak and eyes that makes the face pop. What's more is that the colors from the main body sticks through the belly, giving it this nice pattern. I enjoy the Arkology Argent's simple approach. The Speedy Impaler is next. Immediately the Arkology Carno looks saturated and colorful, while the Alt Carno has washed out colors. Arkology Carno has these stripes running up its body that gives it more flavor and oomph. What's more is that its horns aren't as bright as the vanilla Carno. It blends in more with the color, which I quite like. The horns shouldn't be the focus of the dino. The vanilla Carno has this gradient that the Arkology one does not have. It is supposed to act as a highlight, but it makes the creature look messy. I much prefer the clean look of the Arkology one. All in all, I do like the high saturated clean look of the Arkology Arkology Carno. The pack menace steps up to the plate. Arkology Allo has this nice gradient running in the middle of its body, hands and face that I have painted blue. It makes the creature stand out. This color region also gives tiny highlights to the spikes. Lastly, there's a pattern on the back of the Arkology Allo which the vanilla one does not have. It helps blend the colors and make the creature pop. I like that the Arkology Allo stands out by complementing itself with color. A rallying rival appears before us. The two Yutys feel different from each other in their own well-colored way. On the vanilla Yuty, the belly region covers most of the dinosaur, while it only covers the belly of the Arkology Yuty. Arkology Yuty gets a region for its back that blends well with the rest of the colors and makes the belly and head stand out more. The lead on the vanilla Yuty has been moved on the Arkology one to be more of a Lightning McQueen stripe. I like both variants. Variety is always appreciated. The best boss brawler is up next. The first thing I notice about the legs is that the Arkology legs is textured much more clearly than its vanilla counterpart. It looks like it's been dipped in oil. Some might hate that, but I like that since it makes the transition between colors look good. Arkology legs puts on its face mask for its upper face skeleton, making it look like a badass, and that region is tied to the spine. I am drawn to that mask. The Arkology legs has this new accent color region that makes the legs pop. I painted it dark red to see clearly what I mean. There's an accent region near the dot scales of the Arkology legs which does the same. Essentially, the Arkology legs is much nicer because of these little changes. The speedy spiny boy is next. This variant has to be my favorite. The vanilla Spino has washed out and muddy colors, whereas the Arkology Spino is bright and colorful. Color regions have been given that allows you to put more detail into the spine fencing of the Spino, which the vanilla one does not have. The contrast between the two colors of the Arkology Spino's body really fits in well. I love how the lead comes in by the face from the neck. The Arkology Spino even has a color region around the eye that tie in with the spine. We have this nice flame pattern running down the body of the creature all the way to the end of the tail. The pattern continues at the lips, giving it a Ludi look. Honestly, justice is done to the Arkology Spino, and I love it. You can get creative with color. Next is the big boys, Carcha fill. Before doing this, I didn't realize how bad the coloring for Carcha was. The colors are way too bright and they don't blend well. The Arkology Carcha's colors aren't too bright and you can get a nice blend between the colors. I colored my Carcha red and used green to complement it, which worked well. This was something I couldn't do on the vanilla Carcha. The 2D boss monster is our last variant we will look at. Much like the vanilla Carcha, the Giga also has washed out bright coloring. The blue back blends poorly into the red and fades at the end. You can barely see the black as it only looks like last minute splotches on the belly. The Giga shows its age. Meanwhile, the Arkology Giga has saturated coloring that mixes well with one another. There is no weird fading at the end points. You can clearly see the red going into the black and vice versa. Its body has a cool striped pattern that I painted cyan to make it pop. Its face spikes have been colored to make it stand out. Around its eyes there is black which draws attention to that eye. All in all, the variant improves the Giga with only color. That's all of the carnivores done on the island. There are still Scorch variants, but I will check them out when I get to that map. If you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and remember to subscribe. I will see you all later. Bye guys, flame out.